Yo, what's going on? I wanted to do this very quickly. At the time, I thought this was a good idea, and I almost canceled it today. Because I just had I felt like I could kind of put up most of the information in a tweet. God, there's my authors right now, but we're gonna ignore that. What's going on? It's been a minute since I've been on the channel. And if I was gonna do something, I wanted to do it live, so we can go ahead and kind of do that. Um, so pretty much what it was going to be was be an AMA, but I don't think it matters that much because there's not a lot to say. So let's just go over it. I'm coming back to YouTube. It's not going to be just reactions. It's going to be a wide variety of content. Not going to be as frequent. I'm going to shoot for like a video a week, a video or two a week. For those who don't know, I had been and have been streaming every single day. We just passed the year mark of consecutive days. And so I'm kind of, at this point, kind of chilling, right? I've got to a consistency point on that to where I'm happy and I'm in a good place, and I feel like everything is starting to kind of click there. And that I've always had that itch to come back to YouTube. I've always had that itch to come and do something on YouTube, and I want to get back to that. And so to just be more composed content and more of that. Now, one of the good things is that my channel has kind of declined for the most part. I don't want to say if it's good or bad, but it is what it is. And so I'm going to treat this like we're jumping from the start. We'll make content, and it'll either gain traction or it won't. And I will just go from there. I'm not going to pretend or try to act like, oh yeah, I'm going to pick up. I'm partially stepping out of the pure reaction community. I think in large part to the fact that I think there are a lot of people that did what I did but do it much better now. There are people that are newer, that have a better grasp on what's going on. They had people that are more knowledgeable, far more knowledgeable than I ever was, that will, handle things better. And I just don't think that, for me anyway, it's the best course of action for me to kind of occupy the same exact space as I did once before. So we're going to be making that switch. Now, whenever I start, I want to have like a backlog, so I'm going to try to get like 3 or 4 things filmed and just see what we can do with that. And then from there, we will watch it grow and kind of see what doesn't happen on the platform. What I do or don't get into, all that type of, that bullshit. I'm not going to stress it too much. But it's going to be a lot more edit heavy stuff. It's not going to just be one or the other. Because I have had the itch to make YouTube content. I just haven't known how to go about doing it. And so, yeah, it'll be a combination of gaming and anime stuff, and it'll bounce between the two. We drink some water because I bit my lip earlier or last night, and it hurts super bad. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really feel the need, like, oh, this needs to be addressed. And I'll come back to YouTube, and we're gonna be doing a bunch of different stuff and trying different stuff to support what you want to see. I'm trying to bring anime back in as well in some type of capacity. Our reactions permanently not gonna ever be a thing whatsoever. I'm not gonna say that. The way I'm going to look at it is less of it's not gonna be a thing, and more of it's not gonna be full unedited reactions. It's going to be far more of like, oh, here's part of the reaction, the parts that I found super interesting. Because I think that just ends up being better content overall. I don't feel like reactions over maybe a 5-minute period can really maintain entertainment value. Don't think I'm gonna do news. If you don't know, the SSJ Lounge has been happening. We're behind on the YouTube uploads, but I think we do have a YouTube channel for it, which I'll start linking in descriptions to stuff. I gotta find the link and talk to Alejandro about getting all that set up. We made a few adjustments there. There's a couple episodes like back from E3 already up, which are cool. And then I think that's pretty much it. I don't think that there's like that much going on, which is a really funny thing. I want to get back into YouTube because I do just enjoy it. And I put myself in a really awkward position because when I deleted all my stuff and deleted a bunch of shit, I put myself into a situation where I am kind of building from the start again, and that has its own challenges and issues. But if y'all do want to find me on the daily, I do stream every single day, starting at 10 p.m. EST over on Twitch. Play a wide variety of stuff. We just have fun, chill out, talk about whatever, talk about anime, gaming, any and every topic: religion, politics, world events, tornadoes and fires trying to consume the entire United States. You know, standard day-to-day stuff. Nothing too big. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I don't know if I expected people to come through or not. You know, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's not like to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely need people watching. It's more or less what I wanted was to say that I think I am back in this, doing it just for, I want to make this because I want to make it, and that's what we're gonna do. And whatever people like, we'll keep making. Whatever people don't, something will happen with it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Music stuff might be coming. I don't know if I'm ever gonna actually put something musically on the channel, but I might mention if I do anything musically. And I think that's all. Like, I'm trying to think if there's something else. I feel like I'm missing something. You ever had that feeling where in the back of your mind, oh yeah, there's definitely something you're supposed to talk about, and I can't think of what that thing might be. We haven't seen you while. What's going on, Lou? Yeah. That's part of why I did this. I wanted to sit down and get back on camera. And kind of get the feel back. I have been trying to make videos, in all honesty. It's just when I go back and look at a video, it hasn't, to me, sounded right. It hasn't been a good video, and I end up getting frustrated and deleting it. Which is part of the reason why I haven't been making videos like that, personally. So yeah, my last video before this was a loot crate unboxing. Yeah, no, it was the good, the bad, and the ugly. Which, I have been reading manga, so that could probably be something I can talk about fairly quickly. Where I just talk about like a chapter. I also know there's been a lot of strife and stuff going on in the anime community, just in general. A lot of back and forth with a lot of shit. But I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I'm just, to grow things, there has to be some type of conflict, or something has to change. But even beyond that, I think that the anime community is in a very weird spot because YouTube as a whole has been in a very weird spot. And just to give a better idea, I've been just working and streaming, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. Which is why I stepped away from YouTube, because the video quality wasn't good. I don't think anybody, I don't want to joke around and be like, yeah, it was great. Because I think that it's really easy to see. Consistency wise, I wasn't there. I don't think the videos were as good. I don't know, maybe we try like series-ish review reaction type things. Where if it's going to be a longer thing, I'm talking about an entire season, a series of something, rather than like an episode or two. And then maybe I can just have weekly thoughts. But we kind of do that on SSJ, which is why I find it really weird. And I also know that I'm speaking a lot softer. The Koi is back into reactions. She seems to have avoided the strikes with the mirror method. The frustration is that there's a lot of issues with my YouTube account on just an account basis. My videos don't get really posted in search rankings that much anymore. Which could just be a consistency thing. Also, I don't have those subscriptions anymore. I would have to re-up on Crunchyroll and Funimation and everything, just because from a financial standpoint, I wasn't doing a lot with it, and I was watching it on occasion. So it was able to justify like one of the cost of one of them, but I have not. I didn't have enough of a justification to have all of it. So I'll probably have to pick up one of those again. And I haven't honestly been watching too much. That's another reason, is I mean, anybody that's been around the channel knows that I don't like the, yeah, let's do this for show type shit. So when I wasn't watching anime, I'm not gonna get up here and like, I'm watching this show. Let's do it. I haven't been touching anime a whole lot, so I just remove myself, to be honest, and be just I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not gonna pretend and put I'm not gonna put up like this false bravado or whatever. Just like, yeah, we're doing this. But I'm glad Koi's back. I know a lot of people are trying to get back into it. It's this weird area where, I mean, everybody's heard all the stuff that's going on with YouTube and all the BS with it. That people are kind of like deciding whether or not they want to use the platform, and I think YouTube's always had its issues, for me, but it never outweighed the benefits and the good things about the platform. This is not my job, so I really don't care that much about our revenue, in the sense of like, this live stream was my live stream, the scheduled one, didn't work. What's going on? What's going on, Aaron? What's going on? What's going on? You haven't missed so much anime this summer, honestly. Like much of sort. I mean, it's not even this summer. I don't think. Hold on, let me pull up the anime chart so I can tell you the last. I think I didn't even finish the second half of Boku no Hero. I think I stopped right as we started to get into the tournament. Which is the last thing that I checked out. Like, was watching super consistently. I've been paying attention to like the community overall. I just haven't been. Yeah, like I'm just looking at all this shit here, and I'm just like, I don't mean shit as in bad, but all this stuff that's on the channel, and it's just ridiculous, man. Like, Welcome to the Ballroom, which I was kind of hyped for. I haven't checked out yet. Let's see, what was the last show? I remember watching Boku no Hero Academia. I did watch that. What about I didn't watch Attack on Titan 2. I didn't watch Blue Exorcist. What did I watch from this season? Because I thought I watched something. No, that would have been where I started to fall off. Was I just wasn't watching shit from even a winter. Kobayashi Maid Dragon I watched a little bit of, and there was one other thing I thought there was another show that I was like actually checking out and watching. I don't know, maybe my mind's just bad. Cleaned up my sub list last week and you made it through, man. Thank you. I'm gonna try to start making videos again because it's been way too long. I'm just gonna take it slow. Like I'm gonna shoot for a video a week. I say that because having streamed every day for a year, I think I can do a video a week. That's not difficult. I can find time to edit a video every single day, or edit part of a video at least every day and get a video up. It's just a matter of making the time and choosing to spend my time that way. Also, currently, for those who know, I'm kind of on. We did the full year. It ended Sunday. I'm streaming every single day, and this is like my break week, which is where I'm just streaming like maybe an hour each night just to keep the streak up, 2 hours. So I'm gonna have a lot of time to work on stuff and get stuff the way I want to. So hopefully I can get a lot of filming in. If there were shows to recommend, what would y'all recommend? Because I know Welcome to the Ballroom will probably be on it. Welcome to the Ballroom will probably be will be one of the shows that I definitely check out. Probably finish out Boku and give my thoughts on that. And that's just in general, I think, what I'm going to move towards is just doing a little bit more. Or doing a lot more in that sense. I've only been watching shit shows. Ballroom is hyped as it was. I think it was a bit underwhelming in terms of animation. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna do on that, and I'm just gonna have fun with it. Stop, like, I feel like the anime community, and I could be, it got really serious around here really quickly. And I think that has a lot to do with the copyright stuff and everything going on. Everybody was getting serious, and so to me, I was like, all right, cool. If that's the case, just I'm gonna deal with it. What's going on, Ben? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? We just talking. We just talking. Fall season looks amazing. Ballroom is quite good, to be honest, but the animation does feel quite weird. That's good to know. Also, I will say, anybody that did anything on Game Wisp, I know I failed and fucked up. We're gonna get through all those shows, and I'm not gonna just fucking drop it. And if you feel like I wronged you in any way, message me. If you feel like you just want your money back, message me, and as soon as I can, I will, like, with PayPal, I will send you the money. It might not be immediate, but as soon as I have the money, I will look up payback, however much you ever pledged, and give it right back to you, because I think that's only fair, right? Y'all paid for something, I didn't give it out, so y'all deserve y'all's money back. Disappointing the lack of dance scenes. Is it kind of like what was that show I watched a while back? Princess Stride, was it? Where I expected a lot more free running or parkour, whatever they called the stride. I guess they called the sport. I expected a lot more sport in it, but they gave a lot more like slice of life. And like that, if you haven't gotten through the Diamond No Ace, it finished up quite underwhelmingly, but it's decent. I still need to go back and watch that. And I think part of like not doing reactions, I think like minor reactions, because I think the week to week thing is what burned me out anyway, because it's kind of like you're always trying to keep he's trying to keep up with whatever's going on, and I think that's part of the issue, right? Yo, yes it has, it has been a while. So we might just try to do, like, even if it was, I might like take a cue from Anime Central's book, old school, and go with like arc reviews almost. Like whether it's a seasonal, if it's a seasonal thing, I can give my thoughts on it. But like reactions, I make it a much bigger thing where if the video is gonna be 20, 30 minutes, I'm covering like an entire season of anime. And that should be all good. What's going on, Anaj? There's a sport to ballroom. It's just the dance scenes are mostly still frames or a couple of seconds of actual dancing. That's what I was kind of hyped for. I wanted to see them really go all out with the dance scenes on that show. Because Production IG usually is really good about the sports side of the animation, right? And I recognize ballroom dancing as a sport because it does take a lot of practice and time to really get down and like hit the moves and really make it as amazing. Anybody here buying the new iPhone 10? I've even been paying attention to what they like, the actual keynote today. I just know that it happened today and I was not. It's $1,000? God damn. Apple, please. I mean, the background dancers had CG in them. It isn't cheap to try and animate full dance scenes in singles, and if it was it wasn't CG, it would be about it. True. Yeah, I mean, it looks dope in terms of being like almost bezel-less. And that's one of the things. Like, I think Apple, from a like aesthetic standpoint, generally has a good looking phone. It's just shit like apparently facial recognition shit. Yeah, they got that. I ain't paying $1,000 for a smartphone since it's $200. Yeah, I rock Android. Where's my phone? Speaking of, it's in my back pocket. I'm still rocking the OnePlus X from a couple years back, which is just like basically like a budget mid-tier phone, I guess, because it's not one of their flagship killers, but it's kind of like some of the flagship shit in a mid-tier cost, which is what I look for. What's going on, Naj? What's going on? Low, we're killing project interest in watching ballroom. It's not even that. Like I'm still interested because it's a production IG thing, and I'm a production IG fucking fanboy when it comes to any type of sport whatsoever. But I'm actually surprised. Like I realized that not a lot of people were still talking about it the same way they were like in the first couple of weeks, and I never just had thought about like, well, why is that? Why aren't people still going like, oh yeah, check out Welcome to the Ballroom? Check out Gamers from this season 2. I mean, for me, like again, I think anything from this season, if I watch it, it's gonna be like I'll probably do like a roundup at the end of the season and be like, yeah, this is my thoughts on stuff. I just saw the first season of Gamers and it seems okay. Let's see what is Gamers about? I think I'm not gonna be doing like seasonal, like weekly stuff in the sense of reactions because I think the videos just. I personally don't think the videos are that great. I know a lot of people that watch me would disagree, but I think that it's one of those things where it is super dependent on the episode. Like if there's the beach episode where nothing happens, it's kind of like so we're at the beach and fan service and Taco Bell and McDonald's. Centering on the gaming lives of various high school students who play video games, a lonely young man who loves video games, the beautiful president of the video game club, who constantly gets in fights, who puts a facade of being satisfied with his life in the real world, but he in truth loves video games. That's what's up. That's what's up. Make daily anime reviews. Wait till next season. Summer season was underwhelming. I mean, I'm just the way I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna probably just reactions will probably be either they're gonna be really short, like in terms of like 5 to 10 minutes short, because I think me sitting here like reading subtitles and explaining stuff, I can do that far better in a review and it'll sound far more coherent, and it's not like me going like, for the better part of 22 minutes. And then maybe at the end of the season, I do like a giant roundup of my favorite moments reaction-wise from like the entire season. And then those can be like bigger, like 20, 30-minute videos because we're covering, what, 12 episodes, some cases 24 episodes. So they would be much bigger videos. And I think that might be dope. Plus, there's going to be gaming stuff on here. There's going to be, I'm just going to do more stuff on here. So yeah, like just get more content, and I'm gonna start off just trying to do a video a week. No, we're not going in. And Alejandro, what's going on, Jonge Droid? Gotta call you by your proper name now, my mans. My mans. Oh yeah, I was mentioning before, Alejandro, podcast. That's my man. So, reactions to me seem more real because you give your thoughts in the moment rather than a review would be more scripted. I don't know if I would ever still do a scripted review. I think. So for those who don't know, when I did reviews, like the way I generally did it was I just wrote down, like it would be like, oh, like on my phone I might have, do I have one of them? I might still have like one of the old ones saved on here. So like here I have like back when Promised Neverland first came out as a manga, like I was like just do the first impressions of like the first 2 chapters, talk about how the art is beautiful, the story's foundation, like just giving myself a train of thought so I'm not having as much dead air. I just make it kind of clear so that anybody out here that was watching or wanted to watch stuff or wanted to check it out, it felt like you can get in, watch 5-10 minute video and get out. And it can be a lot more edited and it can be a lot more, I don't want to necessarily sound like it's scripted, but more or less not me literally sitting here and I spend 5 minutes of the video just thinking. What's the reviews on the PewDiePie ruining Twitch? Pewge caused YouTube apocalypse. Now he's causing Twitch to take a hit after that, dropping the one. I don't think that's not gonna happen on Twitch. I don't think so. I think he'll get in trouble. I don't think it's gonna really have any real effect on Twitch. Part of the reason is YouTube was a platform that was already starting to kind of stagnate a little bit, in terms of the gaming scene anyway. Twitch being a gaming platform, they'll deal with PewDiePie, and for the most part, I don't think it'll affect the greater Twitch ecosystem. If people really are just like, oh, well, like, I'm not going to put ads on Twitch, I don't think that it's... My feelings on what PewDiePie did is completely different than are completely different, because I have plenty of issues with that, and I have plenty of issues with the situation, how it's playing out. But I don't think it's going to have any effect on Twitch specifically. Even though people are like, oh, it's going to happen again. I'm like, nah, Twitch is handled differently than YouTube. Google cares so much about their ad revenue that they will do anything to make sure that they keep it. Again, I made a live stream when I hadn't made a video in forever, and I literally just titled it Clearing the Air. AMA, same thing this is titled as. And they were like, well, that's not advertiser friendly. And I'm like, sure it isn't. Like, I'm not necessarily cursing a whole bunch. I'm holding up guns. I'm just sitting here on camera talking. I kind of disagree. I feel like reactions aren't real thoughts at all. Reviews are more like real thoughts. You let time pass and you actually let your real thoughts set on. I disagree in the sense of, I think the term real thoughts comes from it's like composure versus non-composure, right? So to give an idea is, it's, for the most part, the feeling that I initially have, it's just an emotional response versus I don't want to say logical, but like a thought out, like a fully fleshed thought out response. Like when I'm watching an episode and I'm giving my thoughts or talking about it, it's easy for people to like, to not give that much of a reaction to it beyond just a pure on physical, like, oh, and like excellent, like being loud, that type of shit. And I think that's because that's like the status quo and the common denominator that people are like, oh, this is what makes a good reaction, which that's why you see a lot of people doing it. But reaction is just commentary, just like when it comes to gaming videos. And good commentary, good reactions are generally built upon being able to go beyond just like, oh my god, did you see that moment? It's also being able to like start a conversation, hold a conversation, and do that. But I think that doesn't make the previous thought an incorrect thought or not a real response. I think that's one of those weird things. I mean, if you want an idea of, I could have given like multiple reactions across time where I didn't like Fully Cooley the first 2 times I watched it. Third times I watched it, I enjoyed it. Shoot, ReZero, which was a big ass debacle. I didn't like the character. Never once said shit about the show, but people assumed I didn't like the show, which left a bad taste in my mouth because I'm being told like, hey, yo, the show's not bad. And I'm like, I never said it was bad. And if I started saying it was bad, it was because I was getting annoyed with people trying to tell me that I was saying it was bad when I wasn't saying it was bad. I just think the difference is reactions are far more episode based than real reviews are. But yeah, that's the difference between a reaction and a review. A reaction to me it's the difference between a gameplay walkthrough, a gameplay commentary, a DVD commentary, and a review of the product. A review of whatever should be trying to tell somebody why they should or shouldn't watch it, right? And that's what the difference is. I think there's still ways to make it authentic, still ways to make it come across as like, hey, I'm talking about this or that. It's why I still feel like I don't know if I will ever do full-on reviews because, one, for me, I don't like the word review anyway. I'm going to start doing, probably titling them impressions, even though reviews I think are better search engine wise. Because unless I've finished something, I don't want to call it a review because I'm not, I mean, you can say you're reviewing the episode, but even with an anime, like that leaves a lot of gaps in what could or couldn't happen. And sometimes it's speculation. Sometimes the words to me are this weird amalgam or weird grouping, because there's like, how deep do you have to go for it to start being called analysis? Or is the review just about like trying to tell somebody whether they should or shouldn't watch it? When is it a reaction or like your impressions of an item? Like all those different words end up mattering something. Subaru was the best character, yeah, but like that's the thing. A review is still subjective, and me saying I don't like Subaru as a character, people took that to mean Subaru is a bad character. No, I just don't like him. No more than I liked Neo's character in the Matrix. I liked the fight scenes. That was dope. The design was dope. No more than I liked Aiden Pierce in the original Watch Dogs. He was a boring ass dude. Like people will automatically say like, "Oh, well, me not liking something means I'm saying it's bad." No, I think a lot of people don't make that separation, but that's another issue, right? Right. So it really depends what you're looking for in reactions or reviews. I personally like Project Reactions. He doesn't overreact on certain scenes like others. My thing is, I feel like that's a thing of just doing reactions, right? There are some people that are so over the moon, and that's not even like being rude, over the moon and into reactions that they're willing to sit there and they will lose their shit whenever something happens. There are people that are faking it. Why? Because there's viewership to be gained. There's something to be gained. So there's a reason to like overreact. If I overreact, it's not necessarily always gonna be. I'm gonna overreact to sports shows probably more than anything. To give y'all an example, I was watching competitive, like professional League of Legends. And like my brother and my mom and everybody was coming in being like, yo, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I'm sitting up here like, I am invested. I shout at my TV. I'm yelling when something good happens. That's how I am about sports. And that comes across in reactions as well because of the subject matter. But you watching a psychopath, me personally, like I'm spending so much time thinking about something there, unless it's really just dope looking, which is gonna come down to like the visual response of, yo, that looks fucking amazing. I'm not gonna necessarily be the person like yelling at him like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. Like Subaru was just such a dumbass. Yeah, a lot of them just summarize what happened in the series, which is my other thing. Is like I would want to give some type of a like critique. To me, you can do a summary and talk about where the story stands and how the story is building. Because, and Alejandro, we had this conversation. I think there is a serious, what isn't capitalized a lot is talking about a review in the sense of reviews at the end of series, people that do completed reviews versus people that review a show week to week. People don't talk about the week to week experience, I think, as much, where at the very end, you can look back and kind of look at this holistic picture to be like, oh, this is how the thing was. But how was it when you're waiting from 1 week to the next week of a sports anime or an action anime? Or that's what my general opinion is you need to be able to, if you're going to review something on a week to week basis, which is part of the reason why I had an issue, is because I didn't feel like I was adding anything. Talk about it. Like, is the episode worth watching this week? Or does it feel like it's a relevant episode, right? Does it feel like there's a reason to check out this episode? Does the episode have value in the story? And then later on, can you come back being, did I think 6 weeks ago when I made this statement that's changed, and how do the weeks in between look now? Because watching it week to week is different. So people that watching seasonal have its own issues. The issue is that you don't make the distinction. But that's the issue. I feel like that's where the subjective area of reviews come in. If there's a statement between me saying this is bad and I don't like and this is bad, it should be two separate distinctions. I don't know if that's referencing your point, but it might be something else. So we're just dumbass. Yeah, those are bad reviews. See, the difference is your overreaction is from a genuine emotion, like you actually react that way because you like it. Reviewers should be aka the next Reaper's anime. Nah. I know, but he thinks so. I mean, well, he's a kid who can't clearly talk about why something's good or not. I think most people can't, like, this is me being 100%. Myself included. If you do not understand the process of animation, there's only so deep you can go into a show. Random thought. Complete video idea I had was breaking down like the community and breaking down the idea of videos. They're videos like myself, somebody that likes anime as an entertainment medium. As I watch it because I enjoy it, because it's fun to watch, and it makes me happy. It's entertainment at the end of the day, right? And I look at that, and I have a very different perspective than somebody that sees anime from an artistic perspective, tries to analyze that artistic perspective. Some of the people in the community that can talk about anime on a level that I can only pay attention to and be like, interesting. And obviously writing matters as well. I don't write the best. I think what I'm getting at is a review is not any less valid because the person doesn't address certain things. I will never address most voice acting unless it's really bad. I won't address animation unless it's either I think it's really good or it's really bad, because I don't know it well enough. I'm not going to be somebody that's going to be out here like, yo, that looks dope, that's amazing animation, unless I'm just like, yo, that I think that looks cool, that looks amazing, that looks great. What is it? Just getting into it right. By the way, I saw your name and I can't say anything but just watch it. He's older than you. I mean, I think that's an underwhelming thing. I'm bad at writing. Like, it takes me forever to write anything. That's why I don't get on anybody about writing, because part of my issue is why I don't write scripts and why I don't do scripts is because it takes me a really long time to get my thoughts out and get them in a coherent manner where they also, I feel like they don't sound, they sound natural, because I can write a paper that sounds like a paper, but that doesn't translate well on video. So I would rather write out ideas and then speak and compose it on the spot. Do we like slowly hentai? You so open about it. I find it cringy and disgusting. I don't comment on other people's likes or dislikes, because everybody has something, in my opinion, that other people would look at it and be like, really, bruh? I'm not a lowly dude. Not gonna be a lowly dude. That's just my personal stance, right? I think the episode reviews consist of everything standard review, but also taking into consideration how it works with the narrative, what it adds to the show, how much they meander around and not progress the plot. Like a lot of elements on a standard review stick to episode reviews. It just needs to be considered on a smaller scale. But I think that's something that that's one of those things where people, I don't watch, like, I'm not gonna criticize Chibi because I don't watch his videos. I'm being just 100%. I'm not gonna toss out like, yo, he doesn't know what he's doing, this and that. I have seen maybe 5 Chibi videos. I'm not gonna try to make a judgment on his content nor him based off of like 5 videos. It's just, he didn't ever hit me as like, I want to watch this person consistently. For those wondering, the people I watch, and I've said this before, I watch people that do the analysis videos. And I like to watch people that have strong opinions that people don't agree with, right? Part of the reason I like talking to Alejandro is because he thinks about anime on a different level than I do. Than any of the people I generally watch are the people that are like, yeah, let's look at this from an artistic standpoint, and this and that, and this means that, and when you take this into consideration and these choices, that's interesting to me. And so that's where I'm going to leave that. Then you say those are bad episodes. I agree. Like there's, but that's the thing about reactions. Reactions are super. One reason why reactions do that really well is in a bad episode, you can't hide it in a reaction. It's just boring as shit. Like, it is the worst thing to be sitting up here and watching and realizing, oh, this is like a semi-recap episode because we're getting ready for a fight or we're getting ready for something. Don't see the point of episode reviews since some episodes aren't worth talking about. I think that's what it comes down to is because there's some episodes that feel that way that I think end up getting better. I make the point of, if you look at Haikyuu, mainly because I got the Haikyuu movies are being talked about, the compilation movies are being talked about on the Any chart page I'm on. If you look at some of the episodes, like Tsukishima's arc from season 1 to 3 of Haikyuu, some of those episodes that seemed very much like, oh, smaller points become much bigger layers, and like it shows kind of some of the layers to some of the characters as you get later on, and you see that at the end. And does that add value to some of those episodes? Yeah, but I think a lot of people, again, don't address that. It's kind of like in video games, for the video game example of this, people don't talk about games at the end of their life cycle. They talk about it at the beginning. So it's like, oh, this game is bad because of A, B, C, and D. A year later, is the game still bad about that? And there's certain things that aren't ever addressed in that sense. Making a whole video about, but that's my thing. I want videos to be like 5 to 10 minutes, even though better for now for YouTube is better now for longer videos. So my recap episodes, good grief, stop flashing back to something that happened 2 minutes ago. Exactly. Best anime review analysis come from channels who mostly focus on film studies and game analysis. I think it's different how you have to talk about it, and people don't get that is you can be interesting and not have to be a fucking, I don't know, who are the big analysis channels now. I know DigiBro is still big because the whole piracy versus the legal sites conversation that I don't want to even touch with a 50-foot pole. My stance is I use most of the legal sites, and if a show is not available on a legal site, then I watch the show if I can find it, and I'm not gonna like shy away from that. It's not about me stealing the product. It's about me if I want to watch the show really that bad, and most of the time I don't care enough to actually go out on my way to find it. With that said, I'm also not the dude that's comparing Crunchyroll's bitrate to find out that they lowered the bitrate. I wouldn't know that unless somebody told me that. I think, and Alejandro, speak to you, I don't think that that's an issue with reviewers. I think the issue with the reviewer, and this is something because I've studied like how to properly review stuff. GB's fake review opinions that don't get them. I mean, that's just YouTube. After low-key, like, to say something to you, Sinister, after making that video about ReZero, I wish I just not made the video. Where I make a video saying, like, hey, I don't like ReZero. Why? Because going forward, like, people literally, I'm just the dude that doesn't like ReZero, and I'm going to consistently get shit whenever I talk about ReZero from some people because they don't like the fact that I didn't like a character in the show, and even though I admitted that the show is good and can say that the show is good. And I don't like something about it, but apparently, like, they don't like the fact that I don't like. That's why I just look at it as, like, there's always somebody has a line. I just don't deal with it. They could easily write cohesive and well-done reviews for each episode, no matter the quality. Yeah, but then you get into the YouTube thing of, like, if you want to be relevant when it comes to YouTube shit, you want to be out first. To me, I like Chibi, but he's not the best reviewer. Actually, you know what's funny? The best anime review analysis come from channels that don't focus on it. The issues with a lot of anime reviewers is they only watch anime, they don't understand the fundamentals of film, even though a lot of it. Someone I recommend review is Super Eye Patch Wolf. I guess for me, like, I recognize the difference though, because it's being on I think just doing something for long enough. Find something you're invested in, and you can talk about it in a very different way than something that you're not. Me talking to y'all about anime is me talking from like a, hey, this show is cool, I like it, this is dope. And when somebody's like, yeah, this is this voice actor, I'm like, oh, amazing. That's great. But I think people just also need to make it clear, right? Animation is a major factor that I care for in anime. Though it would be nice to hear about it from someone who actually understands animation or is actually passionate. Yeah, that's why I watch those channels. People don't get, so this goes to gaming, this goes to any medium. The people that do analysis, the people that do in-depth reviews will always be the minority. They will not be the biggest channels. They won't be the people that are like, yo, this is everything and everybody's blah, blah, blah. Why something is good does not matter in all reality. Like, that's the really funny thing is why something is good. Objective reviews are not what most people care about. Most people care about why I should like the thing or shouldn't. I'll make a statement on here because I know it'll get a reaction out of people. Netflix Death Note was not that bad. It wasn't good. And when I say it wasn't good, that means that it's approaching, it's below average. So it's below a 5 for me. It's like a 3 or 4, I'd say. It wasn't good by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't like the worst thing ever, like a lot of people were trying to make it out to be, right? There's no elitist, bruh. Chill, everybody's not like a pros. Funny because I'm probably one of the most casual elitists you'll see. From audience standpoint, animation is not a major factor that I care for in animation, although it'd be nice to hear about it from someone, yeah. I spent most of my year fanboying over Dragon Ball and fucking JoJo, but that's the thing. I think what people don't do when you're doing a review, one of the first things about review is creating context. Hey, I have watched the previous seasons of Kuroko no Basket. We're watching Extra Game. I read the manga. All right, so let's see what does that bring up. from a storytelling standpoint, I should be able to talk kind of coherently. I know what's pretty much coming. What I need to be paying attention to in terms of new shit, animation, like different choices they made, what parts maybe they condensed versus in the manga. Why would I think they did that? Do I think that it does the manga justice? There's a lot of ways you can approach it, but people just look at it as, hey, there's this, because that's what gets views. People don't care about whether the thing is good or bad, but they care about, like, should I like the thing? Should I watch it? Why does me liking it make me right? And you have to appeal to the masses if you want the most success. Versus PewDiePie didn't get to where he is by doing a bunch of controversial shit. He did a bunch of shit that a lot of people found funny and people subscribed to him because of it. There are very few channels that make its success off of analysis. I hate ping pong. What's going on? Ping pong is amazing, but it looks like diarrhea, so I would rate it a 6 out of 10. And now recently getting back into Bleach. Bleach is the worst of the top 3 shonen. I think Bleach is an example of something that has a really great. I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't want to like go out here and be like an amazing. But its highs are like really good, and for the time that it came out, I think its highs made it stand out. The Soul Society arc will always be a high that just stands out, right? But then the inconsistency of the show combined with the filler and a lot of the other shit with Bleach is where I make the point of to anybody when somebody's like, yo, Bleach and Naruto are great. I'm like, I couldn't even watch the show straight. I had to end up going to a point where I'm reading manga because there was a lot of shit from the show that I just couldn't deal with. And that's why I some of my opinions on shit has changed because of knowing like, oh, well, if I can't watch that, I can't just say that it's great. I can say I like it, but that's a different statement between me saying something's good. It's ugly, some characters are annoying, like ping pong. High School of the Dead is a 6 out of 10. High School of the Dead is like a 4 or 3 out of 10 for me because fuck the fan service too fucking much. People who say are hipsters says it's like a 10 out of 10, stupid as fuck, but find a lead shit pretty much. Pews that's Hitler salute did the same Hitler salute you just did. Did I do a Hitler salute? I don't think I did a whatever it's called, whatever. I might have been reaching for something, but I don't think I did it. Well, let me not do it before I accidentally do it and get caught up on camera and get a fucking article written about me. I wouldn't be watching low rating shows unless I'm really interested. Drinking Bleach is better than watching Bleach. Will give Bleach this out of the top 3. It has the best consistent animation. The show, yeah, no, like its fights are what made that show. Like it is the example of a shonen show that will be based about its fight. Like you can make fights. I didn't say it was a bad. I don't like the show. There's a difference. People can like it. I will argue that it's bad because it's something that to me it takes fan service to a level of like, well, the rest of the show doesn't matter. Ass and titties, ass and titties, ass and titties. I'm like, all right, cool. That's a thing. That's a thing. And that's my only thing is like what I was getting to before. Part of the reason I don't think my reactions are as big. I've watched anime my entire life. Anime did not become what I watched 99.9% of the time in terms of like video content. And that's excluding YouTube and Twitch and shit like that. It did not become like, I'll say professional composed content until 2009. Like as I was getting into high school is where I was like, well, let me check out anime again, check out some of the shit. And I fell in love with it and I started watching more. 2010 came around, I watched more. 2011, watched more. 2012, more. 13, more. 14 is where I like peaked and then it decreased since then, right? Also during this time, I'm playing games less. And I say that because I've now watched it for going on 10 years. I've seen like 10 years of new shows, old shows, stuff just constantly coming across my palette. So there's not like, oh, this is a completely new thing. It's like, okay, I got the idea of that. It's why people always say like, oh, you're reading ahead or spoiling yourself on shit. It's just storytelling. Like there's certain things about a story that like, hey, maybe it's hitting at this and you just guess, right? Consistency is the main king. Yep. Consistency is the main key. You don't do Photoshop that good. Here's my issue with your reaction. You don't do Photoshops that good. The YouTube algorithm caters more to people who upload bi-daily. 2011, 2012 was the best year for anime for me. Doing weekly doesn't work for YouTube. But that's the issue. And like that's the really funny thing to anybody out there. The reason I say weekly is because I'm not worried about this being anymore like something big. something ridiculously giant. I got to streaming on Twitch every single day for a year, not because I focused on what was best for Twitch. It wasn't, oh, streaming every day will bring in more people. It was, I wanted to stream every day because I enjoy doing the thing. I want to make YouTube content. I know I enjoy it. So my idea is, don't sit up here and say, I'm going to make a video every day, because you're not going to be able to make a good video. So focus on making good videos, and then you can start to increase quantity from there. That little kid on a baby bike saying white powder and saluting that meme. Oh my god. I mean, Corey gives 0 fucks. Yeah. Yeah, Corey is back. Yeah, she's back. Literally, the only way you grow being inconsistent on YouTube is if you network. Yeah. I mean, it's also just certain shows. Like, I'll be the first person to say it. Like, there's not a single reactor in this community that is going to miss out on Attack on Titan whenever it drops. Let me look at next season. And this is a fun fact. So back when I was growing super consistently and growing, part of the thing was, I would just look at it. I could look at a season and tell you like what shows were going to be big, because there are certain common denominators that are just going to cause a show to go big. Garo has had a pretty good reception to it, so that'll probably be pretty big. Kekai Sensen is going to be big early on, but it'll probably have a hard-ass fall-off because people are going to wonder how it stands up to the first season, especially after the delay. Can they keep going? Shokugeki no Soma is going to be big as shit because it's a Soma. It's going to be a Soma show that's going to just keep people's attention and make people want to keep on watching it. In terms of new shows. And then I would have to kind of read through plots. There's apparently going to be another game-like anime that'll probably get some type of traction from the gaming anime crossover. So that'll be good. Koya equal Rim. Who's Rim? Haha. I got a dip, bro. Gotta go to work here soon. No problem. Thanks for coming through, Sinister. It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. But yeah, I don't make videos every day because that Black Clover is gonna be big. Yeah, that's another one, because that's gonna be, I think, rather than Boruto, that might take some of the people away from Boruto. Kekai Sensen is one of those shows that you either love or hate. Personally, I liked it, but that may be because the OST, it's Shonen Jump, is gonna get a lot of people. Yeah, like there's certain things that you can just watch. I'll make a bet of how Soma's just gonna be ridiculous. I'm excited for Soma because it's Soma, and it's snacks on snacks on snacks with some food in the mix. And people don't even realize there's a lot of shows that I think people haven't really capitalized on. Part of the reason that I like Beyblade, I like the Yu-Gi-Ohs and the card fight and all that really dumb shit, but they're super popular. But nobody touches them because people, I think, have this kind of stigma. Really, it's typical shonen, but that's why it's going to do well. Typical shonen does well all the time. It's going to be one of the best. It's going to be the best show no one watched. Reaching Black Clover. Kino no Tabi. Kino no Tabi. But that's why I've said it a couple of times. I think I'm going to make a bigger push this time. Is to watch shit, but I'm gonna just do like weekly videos where I round up what I watched and what I think, like basically like thumbs up and thumbs down almost of like episodes. Like, was it a good episode this week? And talk about it kind of in a review capacity. And maybe there are shows that'll get their own things, but for the most part, I'm gonna be the first watching like 30 shows, which is part of what you need to do in the anime community. Alejandro, I'll say beyond YouTube having daily videos, what's more in the anime community is it's less about what you cover and about covering more stuff. If I covered everything out of a season, I guarantee you I would grow. If I had the time to literally watch every single fucking show in the season and cover it, I would grow. Why? Because that's how YouTube fucking works on this fucking platform, and the anime community works. Because Ocean actually had like 10 funny episodes. Oh god, boy it is. I mean, but that's the thing. That's like meme shit, right? That's just meme shit. But I make the point of like it burns you out to do that. There's no way out of a. All right, so I'm gonna hit y'all with this. Ready? This is common sense, and I know a lot of y'all get it, but because I just want it on video. Tens are the best shows. Boom. Ones are the worst shows. 5 are the average shows. The majority of shows will fall somewhere between 4 to 6. You will probably have out of a if we go out of a 30, let's say 30 anime season. We'll say 10 just to make it simple, because the numbers are still the same. But we'll say 10, right? To make it very simple, so 10 anime. If 10 anime came out in a season, there's going to be 1 1, 1 10. In terms of below average, 40% are going to be below average, or 30% will be well below average, 30% will be well above average. Then you have average, which is like that 4 to 6 range, where like the majority is going to be. So you can argue if you're talking a 3 to like 7 range, which is right around average or above or below average, the majority, 50% of the shows are going to fall there, and everything else, the other 25% are going to fall on either edge. And people don't realize that. People expect like 7s out of most shows, and I'm like, why? Like that's just not going to happen. That's why I don't want to watch everything, because I know I'm going to get a lot of bullshit. We just get, I think the Japanese, it might be funny. I think it's funny. I think people find it funny. I just never. It's to me very memey, and I'm not the biggest meme machine. The meme machine broke, as I just use a meme to. Yeah, I've not watched almost. I have something from that show too, because of the loot anime box. Robo Masters, the animated series. Just looking at shows this season. I don't know, but the content's coming. I'm going to say a video a week. And it'll probably be a little bit more edited. And I'm losing subs, so it doesn't matter, right? Whatever. Like, I think it's recently was the first time I looked at my YouTube stats in a long time, because they were just depressing the hell out of me. You look at stats and just see everything just dive bombing. You're like, well, this is life. It's okay. That little dog in the room, everything's fine. JoJo is lit. Watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so far is pretty good. JoJo's is nice. I haven't watched JoJo's in a minute. I didn't even watch the new season of JoJo's. Watch the raunchiness shows. But that's because there's like certain categories that aren't hit. I had this conversation with Shaz, right? Alejandro, all right, and this is what I will make the point to when you say like you have 6K subs, fuck off, fight me. That is from a year period. That is from the beginning of 2014 when season 2 of Kuroko came out to like first quarter of 2015 is when I basically hit 6K. And since then, and since Strix and all that shit started right at the end of that, I haven't grown past like 6.3, 6.5. And I don't care that much, but it is what it is. It's literally like it was a flash in the fire, which is what reactions were here on YouTube, even going into what the anime community reactions were. There was a time where the reactions in the anime community were like this thing that would just be like, boop, boop, boop. Like your channel just jumped. And now it's more or less not the same thing. Got 6 subs with no vids. Facts. I still need to watch the new season of JoJo's, though. That's on the list of shit to watch whenever I feel like watching shit. And that's part of the thing is, like, I found I enjoy shows more now when it's like, oh, I haven't watched anime in a while. Let me go watch an episode of this. And you watch it, and it's like, yo, that's really dope. That's really dope. The things I miss most, right? Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, like life came up, and beyond that, just I don't want to be fake on camera. I can't do that. Sit up here and be like, yo, this is the greatest thing ever. I want to get big off of making a video every 3 months and then deleting them. I love you, Alejandro. I love you, my mans. I'm glad you're okay. The big thing I said to people is like, it feels fun to watch again. It feels like I'm not just like, oh, hey, watch this. And I don't mind people saying that, but when you get like 50 of those, it's just like, nah, I'm just watching shows. I'm just talking about what I enjoy, right? That'd be great if that could happen. Just react to what you want. Yeah. I think that's part of the issue with a lot of reactors now. Being 100%. The issue with a lot of reactors are they're trying to figure out how to take a hobby into making it a job. And I mean, and the thing about reactions in general, just reactions, right? The thing about reactions is it is a Finding out what's most relevant and putting it up as consistently as possible. That's how you turn it from like just a normal thing into a job. And people can tell me I'm wrong, and I'm like, there's a certain reason why certain shows will never get viewership, because there's just not the people out there looking for it. And so if you want it to be a job, that it's people talk a lot of shit until they get to a certain position. And I make the point to anybody, that's why I try not to talk shit. Oh, you're just doing this for the views. And I'm like, well, I mean, it is their job. Yeah, it's also so much more saturated. That's also true. Back in 2014, there was some of a rise off of like Attack on Titan and that shit coming out of 2012, 2013, going into 2014. But then like 2014 hit, and that's where you just saw like, because that was when Tokyo Ghoul and shit came out. Sword Art got another season. A whole bunch of shit happened. That it was just like a bunch of very mainstream shows came out. People were watching reactions, thought they were dope. You had Fate, which came in towards the tail end, and like people's shit just jumped, and it's perfectly all right. Koya and Greased Lightning. There's so many more reactions. Like I only realized that because when I get on stream, or when I get on YouTube now, I'm so used to like streaming now. When I get on YouTube, I literally realize like how many more people. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this dude, and it's like, oh wow, he's been making videos for a hell of a long time. Holy shit. I used to get 5,000 views reacting to Hunter x Hunter and Kill la Kill. Yeah. But that was also like when it was far less saturated. And I started off talking about that. I make the point of, part of the thing about my reactions always were, I feel like now I go into the category of like, I'm just somebody that enjoys talking about anime, and I'm going to talk about it. Not necessarily as deep as Alejandro, for example, but I'm going to talk about it from like a perspective of just somebody that enjoys it, that's looking for entertainment, that knows kind of what type of shows I like. And I'm going to go into that space, like kind of like specializing, because there are people that are more knowledgeable than me that do reactions. Man, there are people that's, yeah, this person's doing voice acting in this show, and this director's directing it, and he's directed this, and look at the art style here and this, and I can't, it looks pretty. Of course I can say more than that, but I don't need to be that dude. There was a time where there weren't a whole lot of people that were doing that. It's just people being like, holy shit. And I make the point to people like, just be yourself and enjoy it, and do the reaction that you want to do. You don't have to try to like force anything. Since late for her, you had around 1,000. I just felt the vibe that I had to sub. I mean, and that was the thing. Back then, I was watching anime every day. I was watching like, shoot, I was watching so much anime back in 2014. Like what people didn't realize, and this is why, what ended up happening, giveaways too, which I want to get back to doing all that stuff. Cause I want to give back. That's the biggest thing that I've always been worried about. But what happened in terms of like uploading daily, what people didn't realize was that I was watching just as much, if not more, anime off video than I was on video. Because I think 2014 was the year where I watched like 150, 200 shows. It was some stupid number that I should have never done, because like it's so much anime that I was like, I want to, can we stop? Can I just like slow down a little bit? And then I just started watching what I was watching for the channel, and not as much off-channel stuff. And that ended up, that ends up like you have these ups and these downs. And so taking some time off is good. Tokyo Ghoul, SAO2, Akame got killed. That it was golden. It was just also just a lot of shows that fit me personality-wise. All of those shows are like, all of those shows were, and beyond just that, that's where you also had the Haikyuus, the Kurokos. All that shit for me was also coming out. I'm a sports anime dude and a shonen dude. Like that is what I've the two genres that I know for a fact I will throw and through. Don't care how cliche it is. I can find something about it to enjoy or talk about. Now like there were a lot more rom-coms and all this other shit, and it's kind of like, okay, that's cool. That's what's up. Reacting to Gami's. Oh my god, yo, Kuroko is still so good. Mm. Mm. But yeah, I'll probably also bring some mangas to the channel really quickly. Let me see. I've been reading Ippo because it's been 4 years and they haven't made another season, and that fucking bothers me. Started reading Haikyuu because I don't know when I'm gonna get another season of Haikyuu, so we might cover that. Promised Neverland I've been reading as well, so we might get into that. Hunter x Hunter I've been reading whenever they drop those, so I could get into that. Just certain things. Like, I've been reading a lot of less frequent stuff. Ever since Naruto and Bleach and all that shit ended, I just haven't been reading most of the shonen shit anymore. Beyond, Promised Neverland, which is fucking dope. I love Promised Neverland. When did the last chapter come out? Came out the 7th? That was super recent, wasn't it? Fuck. I gotta wait for more of Promised Neverland. It's coming out Thursday, hopefully. Thursday, Friday-ish. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so it should be coming out soon. Heaven's Feel comes out in a month. Holy shit. Heaven's Feel feels like so long since Fate's Stay Night. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Bro, how about instead of doing new anime shows, just watch anime from the past? Just a suggestion. I feel like if I did that, I would probably end up streaming that shit, right? Oh, yeah, no problem, Alejandro. Because I would want to stream it because I would probably be doing like watching them in bulk. For others don't know, like if I watch an anime that's already done, I probably watch like 4 to 5 episodes at a time. It's why like when I was watching Mob Psycho 100, like every time I got on stream, we would watch like 3 or 4 episodes, and then I'd be like, all right, that's a cool stream. Come back and do it again. 3 or 4 episodes. Cut it, couple episodes, because whenever I don't have to wait week to week, I will binge watch a fucking show. I can sit down and watch some shit. Now it's just like work, life, just the general, like the shit that's not work but still work, the stuff you just have to get done, responsibilities, fucks me up to where if I'm not like up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm only able to watch an episode or 2. Live reactions would be good. I would just have to probably set aside time to just do those. Where maybe I would pick a day out of the week. If I were going to do it, I'd have to pick a day out of the week and just sit down. I'm also terrified because YouTube don't fuck around no more. Y'all don't. Back in my day, we just had to send an email off and the committee fucked right off for a season or 2. And then they came back at the end of the season and fucked you right over again. Back in my day. Nowadays, YouTube is fucking... Shoot, YouTube will fuck you over for no reason other than they want to fuck you over. Also, I do have a Snapchat, and I'm trying to post on Instagram more. My Snapchat is in a Prodigy. No spaces. I think all lowercase. I think my name should pop up if you type that in. I don't know if you can just... You also might be able to just search your Strix and it should pop up as well. You on a YouTube? Yeah, this was pretty much my way of saying, like, I'm gonna get back into making videos. I'm gonna start trying to do a video a week, and I'll probably start next week with all that, in terms of putting something up. So I will watch something this week. In a week's time, I should be able to watch something. I'll watch something, make a video, right? Gonna have to end up streaming on Mix. Nah, I don't know about all that. I remember when strikes were crazy, channels going down left and right. Yeah. Fucking stupid. Alright. Y'all wanna have a conversation. That is really what killed. That's what fucked up like the reaction community here on in the anime community. The strikes in the committee. The idea was that the people that are around now either started later, which is one, or are the people that managed to like keep fighting for like 2 years basically. I'm not, nah, I won't, nah. We're going to watch something, and I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to try to do a backlog this week, so I'm not just, like, making, my entire issue is, like, if I'm, like, waking up on a day, like, I'm going to make a video today, there's so many things that can go wrong. But if it's, like, hey, I need a video to be done, boom. I just make the people. I was like, yo, the anime community as a whole got fucked over by that shit. Those dudes get it's bad. It's so bad. I'm taking it slow. Like I'm legit just gonna let me think. What is something that I can watch that's not massive? I could finish Boko. I think I'm not too far from the end of that. I could finish Boko no Hero. I could probably record some other stuff as well. But yeah, one anime video. I could get that done in a week. I like how I look like my neck just snapped. So I had a lot of reactors back then, but after the strikes, everyone dipped. Now I only watched like 2. Yo, man, I was so back in the day. I used to joke. So for those who don't know, Anime Central, shout out to him. Back in the day, I used to joke the hell out of Anime Central. I used to be like, "Ha ha, you getting strikes and shit." And people be like, "Why would you do that?" Because it was just a joke. Like at that time, people don't know. Like strikes were just annoying. They weren't taking your channels down. And so, like, I'm joking with him, but at the same time, I'm trying to help him figure out, like, all right, what's the actual issue with, like, the videos? Can I post the same video that you do and get in trouble for it? Because there was a time we actually tested that where I posted, like, the exact same video and didn't get in trouble for it, but he did. And that's how we figured out people were targeting people, right? It got to a point where it was just, like, when that shit hits you for the first time, it's like, fuck. Warner Bros. Are fucking dicks. They don't respond to emails. They're just like, yo, you're not worth my time. And you're just like, bruh, I love you though. I just wanna love you. And they're just like, I don't care. The bum fuzzies, yup. Bum fuzzies fuck reaction videos, by the way. I had an average of 100 views per vid. Did a reaction, had fucking 4,000. I mean, but that's just playing the YouTube algorithm. Sounds kind of geeky, but do you have my anime list? I personally do not. I don't keep it updated. Y'all think I'm bad on YouTube? My anime list gets like my anime list gets updated like once every 2 years. It's like, oh, what shows do I remember watching? And then I will inevitably be like, what is this show? Oh no, oh, and let me go watch this. And then it's like, oh well. About the other shit. Yeah, I'll be back later. Bye. Love you. What even is a Mal? I actually used Hummingbird more, and I'm still bad about Hummingbird. I need something where I can literally do it from my phone and do it like while I'm watching the episode. That's the only way it'll stay up to date. Is if it's so convenient that I have to go out of my way not to do it. Like if they just made an extension on the side of the browser where I could just click it. So good. Oh, let me go look at my anime list. It would be under X. It would be under X11 Prodigy. Who the fuck is X11 Prodigy, man? Who the fuck is that dude? Let's see. So it says I've completed 12 shows. I'm watching 4. I plan to watch 8, and I've dropped like 1. What's the one show that I dropped, by the way? So I'm currently watching, to give you an idea. Oh, this shows you how old, like the last time this was updated. I was watching Kyokai no Kanata, Kill la Kill, Hunter x Hunter 2011, and Capellion. Those were like the shows that at that point I had listed on here as like, oh yeah, I've watched. That shows you how old. Naruto Shippuden I dropped, quote unquote. My plan to watch it. This is back when I was in Atlanta, because this is like all the shit my roommate was recommending. If I go to my Hummingbird is more. What did they change the name of Hummingbird? Maybe. Kitsu, that's what it's called now. What the fuck? I think I named this Yoru Strix on here. No, it was X11 because this is before the name switch. Name switch is the end of last year. That's the password. When you remember your old login. Success. 6 months was a good while though. I thought I dropped anime for a whole. That's hella out of date, yeah. Let's see. What about Kitsu? Kitsu, I made an account on Kitsu 4 years ago in September when it was like when it was Hummingbird and people were talking about it. Real life. So July of last year was the last thing. July and Binan Koku Chinku cute high school cute boy high school cute high school Earth Defense Club love or something like that. I don't know, some shit like that. Bruh, remember you watched another? Yeah, like that's all. Oh, that's all last year, man. Like there's so many shits. Dot hack sign. She didn't know Joe. Plastic Memories I never finished. Kekai Sensen. Ninja Slayer was fucking garbage. What did I plan to watch or want to watch? This actually is interesting because I haven't looked at most of this stuff in so long. Complete your About Me page. Favorite series: Code Geass, R2, Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, Grave of the Fireflies, Fate Zero, Hajime no Ippo, Zenkyo no Terra. I need to change that. I have not fucking... Zenkyo no Terra did not hold up for me, man. I love that show when it came out. But that's from a music and a fucking visual standpoint. But God, did the story not hold up. I swear, if you do YouTube thing again, don't let me do your life. We're going for free. I mean, if you say for free, you got it. You think I give a fuck? Like, if you say free, you got it. All right, so on here it says that I've completed 127 shows. So this is far more up to date, right? In terms of shit that I've completed, which is still not everything, and I know it's not everything because I can look through this list, and this is just like a lot of shit that I watched growing up. That's not necessarily me covering everything I've watched ever. Want to watch? What's on my want to watch? Have I watched any of this shit? Baby Step Season 2, I didn't get around to. Arslan Sinky. The manga for that was fucking dope. The manga for that was yeah, Time Always Flies. Was definitely dope. Fake ass Kuroko shit called Buzzer Beater, which I'm gonna watch. Baki the Grappler, Giant Killing. There's so much sports anime that I was supposed to watch here. Oh my god, Ping Pong the Animation. Another, what is it? Another Lie in April. What the violin one? The one with the violin one. Free is on here. Slam Dunk. I think I watched a couple episodes of Slam Dunk. Currently watching. What was I watching at the time? I was watching Diamond no Ace, Awali no Serif. I think I still have an episode of that. Kekai Sensen. I need to like Shokugeki no Soma. I finished the entire thing. Yo. Oh no, like Alejandro, you know I'll say my graphics are my thumbnails are garbaggio, chat. Garbage. 78 animes, that's probably still amateur. Now I don't even see it like that. I don't like the fact that I've watched as much shit as I have, right? Because a lot of the shit that I got around to watching or was watching, like, I have probably just as many shows as of late that I've tried to watch, I have stopped watching. Just because I just couldn't get into it. I would never watch The Irregular Magic High School again in my fucking life. Fuck all the way off. Yo, why is Strix from Mariah Nikki? What? Oh, you talking about the beanie? Your Lie in April was overhyped as fuck. Yeah, I remember when that came out. Everybody was telling me like that was like the greatest. Was more of like the chick playing the violin and the dude played the piano, right? I need to put some chapstick on. I just need to follow this. Cool. At what point? I still haven't watched the show. It's still on my like to watch list. I still have not watched it. You're gone. I'm since the last time we talked about it, I haven't read it. Mariah Nikki is dope though. If that's what you're referencing, Mariah Nikki is definitely dope. You're so dope. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There's so many shows. What show is this? Oh, Hamatora, where I watched an episode and watched another one. What about manga? I have no manga. I'm currently reading manga Naruto, Kuroko, and Mag. Oh, I stopped reading Maggie, didn't I? Did Maggie end? Magi? Magai? Oh yeah, Alejandro. What about that fighting game one you sent me? Talk about Platinum End again. I'll go back and I don't mind going back to something and checking it out. I'd have to find it. Fire Brigade of Flames though. That actually has a nice little community here on YouTube. People really like are still kind of hyped about that. Just not a whole lot. Oh, God. Y'all just want me to shit myself on stream or on camera. I'm so bad. Like another was bad, but that's not even like scary. Not even like scary shit. It's just like, Shiki. I can plan some shit out because I'm doing the same thing for the gaming stream where I'm streaming horror games and in October. So I can do like a similar thing for anime where I'm watching horror shit and y'all get to feed off of my misery. I really don't do well with horror. Like I'm not going to see it. I have no desire to see it. Fuck clowns. I already don't like them. I'm not gonna go sit in a room and watch a clown for like. It's not. I know people are like it's not scary. I'm like I don't think that it's necessarily scary. God, fuck it. Yeah, another is like Final Destination. I'm just not a big dude for like gore. Fucks me up. I can watch gore in an action sense, but gore and like somebody getting their head or some shit cut off or sliced or some shit that messes me up. It just kills my body, my body. I'm hearing music in my head, chat. Gore fucks me up too. Like for Halloween. Ghost Stories English dub? Was that the thing you and I watched before? Made in Abyss, I have not. Like it's really weird. Like I can watch Lord of the Rings and be like, yo, this is dope as shit. And then if I watch like a horror thing where some dude's getting his like saw, I will fucking lose my entire mind. I'll be like, nope, I can't. Why is his arm, his needles, and behind his like I just can't. Can we not talk about umbrellas? Fuck umbrellas. Yeah, nah. I've never been able to like sit through an entire Saw movie. In my life, I've never been able. Hey, y'all want me to watch Neo Yuki? Yokio? Neo Yokio? That's a stupid ass name. I really don't want to watch that, by the way. Even though I know I need to watch it, and it's gonna be fucking bad. Oh! Will y'all give me like 2 seconds? I'm actually gonna go grab something. I tried to make this video like 30 times, and it's definitely like 2 years old. But we're gonna do it right now, live on fucking camera, because I can. Down like a trampoline. She bouncing up and down like a trampoline. Cause it bouncing like a trampoline. A trampoline. Alright. So cool. Back it might have been 2 years ago, whenever, or the year that Fallout 4 came out. Before that though. Crunchyroll does like these random, holy shit, this is dusty as a motherfucker, because I've not gone in this box in like forever. Loot Anime does like, you know, like those random boxes where you can pay like 20-30 bucks and they just send you a bunch of random ass shit, right? And I kind of forgot what was in this box, and I still don't know what in here is actually like, you know, half decent to watch at all. So maybe y'all can help me in figuring out what the fuck is like decent to watch out of this fucking box. If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. So yeah, and there's still dust on this somehow. A word. Any word if there'll be a Slender Man movie by 2018? I don't know if they have made any word. I think that's gonna be a difficult movie to make because you have to. It's almost like you have to create so much tension around him and never show him. It's really difficult. So I'll let y'all choose left or right. And for those wondering what the box actually looks like, it's just literally a box full of like anime and shit. But I'll let y'all choose. I'll let y'all choose. If we start on the left or the right side, you still got Loot Anime. This isn't Loot Anime. This is from a long ass time ago. You got a Haikyuu shirt, don't you? Yeah, I got the Haikyuu shirt. I have a No Game No Life shirt, a Blame shirt, which my brother shrunk, and a Ghost in the Shell Rise shirt. And then like the mouse pad I'm using right now is a Kids Never mouse pad. I'm trying to see what else is like immediately on my desk. I have my Luffy statue over there. A couple of manga volumes over there. I have a bunch of shit. What are you guys talking about? What do you mean? Search it up, bro. That's the actual release date. What? Oh, you guys talking about Slender. But yeah, so yeah, like the Crunchyroll mystery box, I think is what they're called, right? Yeah, 30 anime DVDs for $30. They do them randomly, and like they do some in fall, they do them whenever, right? They do it for manga as well, where they just send you just random shit. You don't know what you're gonna get, but it generally ends up being a good deal because of the fact that you're getting like 30 things. So there's a chance you'll get something good, right? The box, what the fuck is that? Yeah. So, no, like I've like part of the reason for me is this is also not just anime. This is just animation in general, which is the really funny thing coming from Crunchyroll. But I've been meaning to do this video for like 2 years. Like, let me see. Does this have a date? This was mailed from them on November 6, 2015, and I don't know when it got to me. So that tells you how long I've had this box. Like, all this stuff is just set in this box, and most of these haven't been opened yet. I don't think any of them have actually been opened yet. So it's anime, basically. So I'll let y'all pick left or right. Which side of the box y'all want to start from? Which side of the box? Out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box. Hold on. Now I want to listen to that outro. Right, left. I see two lefts. I'm actually left-handed, by the way. I see two lefts. Left up. That's three. That's four lefts. Oh God, they said fuck Alejandro. Hold on. Hey yo, real quick. Can we jam? Chat. Can we jam? Can we jam really quickly? Hold on. 1 second.
You ready to sing goodbye?
I am.
Okay.
This isn't actually me leaving. I just want to hear this. Wait, the question though is, can y'all hear that?
Cool. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I say so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together
In the box.
and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Goodbye for now, until we meet again.
Look, y'all hating. Look, that shit is lit as fuck. Y'all gotta understand. All right, y'all said left, so we're gonna start with the left. All right. Of course it's gonna be the first thing. What the fuck is this? Sadamitsu the Destroyer. Probably would be better if I took the plastic off of it. Yes, that's American. That's American Kids TV. That shit was lit as fuck. Also, we're gonna pop the green screen off for this, just so I can, or the blue screen off, I guess. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I said so long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. I'm gonna roast you later. Nah, y'all ain't doing nothing. Take it. Should I pop the plastic off of this? I mean, it's not like I can send it back 2 years later, right? S8 or S8 Sadamitsu the Destroyer. Volume 2. Do I have a like knife or something? Where are my keys? I fucking don't have a clue. Hey, I got a fork and I got a plastic knife. You got to hit that plastic knife. The fuck is that blue screen? Oh, so yeah, this it's a green screen. So for those that haven't seen before, right? I used to have a green screen behind me. My big green screen is still at my other crib. I'm not gonna go back there and get a 10-foot green screen because I don't need it for most shit. This is like a far more transportable one that folds up, but it has a green side and a blue side. So if I want to wear a green shirt, then I put on the blue side, or if I want to wear something blue, I can put on the green side. I don't do that. I'm just too lazy to do the other one. I'm just saying the other option. So. The fuck is that blue screen? Yeah. It works. Like, it also gives me, it doesn't have like the green outline, it's a blue outline, which is harder to see most of the time, so I don't have as much of an issue wearing it. Alright, I could do this off stream. But yeah, Sadamitsu the Destroyer. Rated 13 and up. Let's see if can I There we go. Now we're cooking. Boom. You seen where you buy a box of anime and then part 2 where you react to the anime in the box? Are you mumbling or is your mic just that low? Probably my mic sensitivity is super low because I have a lot of fans and noise around me that I don't want to necessarily get picked up. All right, next up. Genshiken 2, Volume 1. This looks like this is a bunch of shorts that is not meant to be, like, taken seriously, right? So long for where? Oh, God, it's Dean? Oh, is this Studio Dean? I mean, it must be quality. Alejandro, I'm gonna send you that. You good with that? You'll review that for me? Thanks. Okay, thanks. Love you. Love you. Bye. Love you. Love you. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, Genshiken. I have no clue what that is. That's why 2. That's Genshiken 2. Anybody know anything about that? I'm assuming it. Oh. Don't know that one? Oh, Sadamitsu is Dean. Aniplex. Anime Works. Aniplex is what the studio. That's volume 2, and then this is Anime Works as well. This one I've obviously heard of. I think this is like fairly well known, which is the Apple Seed. To read that quote, a stunning visual achievement it's a new milestone for CG animation. Rated R for some violence. Dope. I think I always meant to watch this. I never got around to it. Nerdy Club doing everything. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. The next one, I'm gonna pull out like 5 things because this is where I get to show off to you, chat. Because I know shit about this, and I bet most of y'all don't know shit. Yeah, Apple Seed. Strix says return. What's going on, man? So. Alright, so I know about this shit. I know y'all don't know about this shit. Why? Because this is not... I don't think this is Japanese. Apparently this is Japanese animation? No. No. What studio made this? No. 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 What studio made this? It was a co-production between Big Boca Productions and Rainbow SLR. Where are they based? Does this count as anime? I don't know if this counts as anime or not. Show us already? Kids WB back in the day after Yu-Gi-Oh! And Naruto ended up, or all Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, all that shit. They kept trying, so they had Chaotic, they had Cubics, they had a bunch of stuff. Most people don't remember Huntic, though. It's dope as fuck. It's dope as fuck. I don't take people's looks masters, though. It's dope as fuck that I got, like, this much of Huntic. It was a bad show. I think somebody else got this, and I tried to tell him, like, nah, the show is, like, mediocre at best. It's a bad kid show. It is a bad kid show. Like, really bad. Like, bad acting to the point where I noticed how bad the acting was, which says something. Which says something. It's kind of like JoJo's mixed with, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! I think. No, JoJo's mixed with, like, they have crystals, I think, that summon their, like, little monsters that fight for them. I don't know. The movie X Driver. Best film debut, Anime Expo 04. Look at that. Look at chat. Chat. It's the best film at Anime Expo 2004. The movie X Driver. The movie. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? We got another collection of, like, a bunch of the same anime. I've heard of this. I've never watched it before. So if it's good or not, I would love to know. Alright, so that's volume 1, that's volume 2. This is part 2. Which volumes are in this then? If it's part fucking 2, volumes 3 and 4. Alright, cool. And this is volume 6. So I'm missing volume 5. There's a 6 on Mal. The next thing is Morlibito, Guardian of the Spirit. I've heard of this. I just don't remember if people said it was good or not. And we got a bunch of those DVDs. And most of these are DVDs. These aren't like Blu-rays or anything, so it's already questionable. You spent 30 cents. I mean, if you got $30 Spirit, is this box good? I mean, it can be. Like, that's the really hard thing. Is like there's a bunch of shit in here that I'm kind of like, it's kind of cool, but there's nothing just like, oh my god, I got this. But then again, I don't know most of it shit. For me, it was mostly just like about kind of starting to build a collection. That was what it was for me. That's big, but I never touched it. Yeah, so I got volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 of it. So I need volume 5 to kind of complete the DVD parts. The cases look really dope though, because the cases have like this little art on them. All of them do, and like that just looks dope. It's actually really dope. Is this an anime or is this a movie? I think this is a movie. It might be an anime though. Blade of the Immortal. It has a 1 on it, so it should be probably a show. Blade of the Immortal. Special redemption code inside. Online Japanese card game has come to America. Altil. What the fuck? Oh, is that actually in here? Hold up. Flash them bars. Oh, cool. There we go. What? Why you say what the fuck? That has an anime? Apparently. The box is really good quality. Life is not precious. It's dope as shit. Cool. So skip it. I don't skip shows, sir. I don't know about this, but I'm probably not gonna watch this. Valkyrie Ultra or UFO Ultra Maiden Valkyrie and UFO Ultra Maiden Valkyrie 2. Yeah, that OVA special and then the other one. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend like that wasn't in the box. Just keep moving and act like nothing happened. I think I've heard of that anime. Actually, of course you would have. Fucking trashed here. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this little. Don't know if you've ever heard of this little anime called. It's a really small anime. Which really sucks is I got like 3 random volumes of this shit, so I don't even fucking know where it is. But Rurouni Kenshin, you know, just a small anime that nobody's ever heard of ever. Rurouni Kenshin. Oh, repeat it. So Google it. UFO Ultra Maiden Valkyrie. I got like 3 DVD volumes of Rurouni Kenshin. They're just random though. Like it's like 4 episodes, so it's like episode 87 through 90 for one of them, episode 67 through 70, and then this is. It looks like a movie of some description. Yeah, I guess it's a movie. Ronin Kenshin Wandering Samurai Battle of the Moonlight. You got a good ass all. Yeah, that's what it is. What it is. It's not a pop band. Yuki the Negotiator. Or Yugo, excuse me. Here, hold on. I'm trying to get it to focus on the fucking Yugo the Negotiator. And this is episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the show. Hostage has been taken in Pakistan. The chances of his survival are slim to none, except Yugo Beppo, the world's greatest private negotiator. With keen intellect, quick wits, and indomitable willpower, he's got a reputation for getting hostages released unharmed. So when the negotiations in Pakistan break down, Yugo is called onto the scene to deal with a fierce anti-government faction. I don't know. This has like a literal like bargain bin sticker on it, so I have no clue what the fuck that is. Going back to American shit that nobody should ever fucking watch, we got the first 4 episodes of Dragon Hunter. Don't watch the show; it's fucking bad. This show is another one of those like kids WB shows that just it exists and it shouldn't probably, and it's a kid show that is beyond mediocre. A box of one on that. Like, I mean, it's kind of dope because you don't know necessarily what you're gonna get. What does AMA ask me anything? Ask me anything. I feel like I've heard of this. I've just never had an interest to watch it. Yo, peep that doll picture or that person picture right there. Creepy as shit. Mythical detective Loki Ragnarok. My monitors are bright as shit. Probably didn't air when it lived. It aired on Kids WB. I remember it was really bad. It was one of those shows that I just immediately gave up on. Speaking of non-anime weird shit. So you know how you were talking about shit that's really bad? Alejandro, before you go, you should definitely check out Gregory's Horror Show. Look at that quality work right there. You know that's good. You know that's good. So dope. So good. Bye-bye, Alejandro. Have a great day. Have a great day. I'm gonna have to hop up here soon because my mom just was calling me to tell me I have to go somewhere. Babel 2, Beyond Infamy. Babel. It's another one that we got. I wanted to do this a long ass time ago when I first got the box. But looks dope. And this is where I think we just start to get the weird shit. 7 of 7. Look, this could go one of like 3 ways based on this cover. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay to do that. How much did I get? This was 30 DVDs for $30. I got this like 2 years ago though. This is not like recent at all. Oh, I know this one. Phantom the animation. I'm moving a little bit quicker because I don't want to get in trouble, actually. What is this? Gun Parade March, Operation 2. So I guess this is the second one, but Gun Parade March. Looks like a mecha, so I'm sure I might have to ask Shaz about Gun Parade March. 2 years ago, it's Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll does them every, like, summer, spring, and fall, I think. Where they'll do, it's called like a mystery box. If you Google it, you just got to keep an eye out for it. And if you have a Crunchyroll membership, you can get 30 random DVDs for $30 and like a bunch of manga volumes as well. The box has been sitting here. I just haven't, like, it's been open. I just haven't ever, I always wanted to do a video on it, so I hadn't touched any of the stuff in it. So most of it's still in just like original packages, like the plastic is still on it. Nuku TV. This looks possibly fan service heavy as fuck. Yes, that is. And then last but not least, L&R, licensed by royalty. Mission 1. That's what I got. Might do that actually. Yeah, no, it's dope. It's dope. So I'll probably start going through those, and I'll probably respond to y'all like, oh, this was good, this was bad. We might make videos out of some of that shit. Maybe I'll review Huntic because I fucking hate my life. But that's all this was supposed to be. It was supposed to be something kind of small, kind of quick. I didn't expect to be going as long as I did. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. For now, we'll be back. Well, there'll be a video next week. And I'm going to work on like a couple of videos so that even if I don't, I might be able to put out more than one video next week and, you know, have some stuff on the channel. We'll get back to shit. And that's all I wanted to do was like do something. We might do these more occasionally. I'm not going to promise anything because I stream every single day. And an extra couple of hours can sometimes be a little bit more difficult than I think about. But we will definitely try to do this more, and we may do like one day a week where we just sit down and like watch something for like 2 hours. Yeah, I'm not gonna disappear this time, as I disappear forever. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be right here. Chat, look, it's alright. I love you, chat. Chat, I love you. I love all of y'all. Thank y'all for like sticking around, because I know it's been a lot of bullshit y'all had to deal with me. So next time though.